Yeah, first of all, I thought it was obviously our best effort of the season thus far, and as a coach who's been doing this a long time, it was one of the better team efforts I've been a part of. I think every single guy that had an opportunity to go out there and play today did their job. And, you know, the expectations, you go out there and know your role and do it. And I just thought it was an outstanding effort from so many different guys. You know, we hand out game balls after each game, and there were too many to list today, I thought. So we gave it to a couple of units, like the defensive unit, and obviously these two guys, you know, sitting next to me, both earned game balls as well. It was incredible effort. You know, Brennan in the cage in the third quarter was one of the better goalie displays I've been around. You know, to have 10 saves against a great shooting team like Virginia, to keep us in a good position to have a chance in the fourth quarter, that was huge. So obviously we're really pleased about it. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to savor it and celebrate it because we play a very good Colgate team on Tuesday night. And it's enjoy it right now, and these guys should enjoy it and savor any big win. But we got to move on to Colgate because they're coming on Tuesday, and it's going to be a heck of a game once again.
Brendan, that third quarter, the career high was 9 saves and 10. So like, when that's happening, what was going through your head? Just say it, just say it, just say it.
I mean, definitely not thinking about past saves like that. I don't know. You just kind of react. Like a lot of those saves just came pretty quickly. So to be honest, you just react. And you know, my defense, they did a really good job all day, giving me shots that I could see. And those 10 saves were a product of the defense. I think, you know, a lot of times you watch, a lot of their times, their guys were shooting off, like with their offhand and stuff like that, and that makes it a lot easier. So to be honest, the 10 saves is a product of just a defense that's just playing really hard in front of me. So just kind of react.
Were you finding out tendencies to certain guys because you've seen so many shots, or was it really the defense was number one?
Not particularly. I think, like I said, the defense has been trained to give up certain shots, and when they are giving up those shots, then you just kind of react and you kind of just go on what you've practiced all week. So yeah, no, it's just the defense playing hard in front of me, and those are the shots I expect to see, and those are the shots I'm expected to stop. So they did their part, and I was happy that I was able to do my part.
What did you see from your perspective when you guys started to open it up in the fourth quarter, and what was going through your mind when you guys got 5 goals in that quarter?
Well, I think lacrosse is definitely a game of runs, so you're thinking in your head that while this is pretty nice getting a 4 or 5 goal run, that you always want to be prepared to have that come back the other way. And so, personally, I was telling the defense, the close defenders, just stay calm, keep it like it's 0-0, because as we all know, lacrosse is a game of runs. So just as quickly as we can score 4 or 5, they can score 4 or 5. So I think it's just important to enjoy the 4 or 5 goals that we're scoring, but stay disciplined the whole time.
You mentioned it being a game of runs. How did you sort of lock yourself in? Because I think they scored early in the third, right? I mean, to tie it up. So how did you sort of get yourself mentally ready to, opposed to them going on a run, to sort of try and keep it shut down?
Well, I think it's important to analyze goals when they get scored, and I think that was just a small defensive breakdown that we knew what went wrong basically. So yeah, it sucked they scored, but it was a quick adjustment. So to be honest, the way our offense was playing, the way we're winning faceoffs, the way the game was going, you could just feel the momentum that as long one goal wasn't going to change much. So it's important just to keep going. Our offense played awesome today, or Dom did a great job. So when you have that trust, you just kind of you fight hard not to let that goal in, but once it's in, you just move on because you know that we're going to make the next play. So.
What was the message at halftime? I mean, Virginia did kind of rally. You guys were up 8-4, and they rallied and they made it a game. At halftime, what was the message for you guys going into the third quarter?
I mean, to be honest, I was out there pretty quick taking shots. I don't know if the coach can probably answer that. I don't know. I wasn't.
We were excited. It's really easy to get down when you give up a last-second goal like that. But we came in here excited. We felt like we're finally playing at our level, and we hadn't done that yet. And it's a very young group. And we told the guys this week that we're not a young team anymore. And basically our season starts now. The freshmen learned a lot. The younger guys that hadn't played much the last couple of years that now have their turn, they learned in the first 3 games, and now it's time to get this thing rolling and get the bus going in the right direction. And I thought the guys had a great week of practice, and we've been doing that consistently in the last couple of weeks, and it didn't show on Saturdays. And so we knew it was going to come. We wanted to push transition. We want to take more chances offensively and throw the ball into guys when we think they're open, and just be confident in that. And we just stuck with that at halftime, and I thought the guys did a really good job. And even though we gave up a quick goal in the third, they just stuck to what we wanted to do.
Clark, what's it like to go from, not having taken the shot, being playing most of the defense, to scoring your first 2 goals?
Yeah, well, it's certainly different, but just in practice, I've been running a lot of transition, and we've been playing two-way middies, offense and defense. So it's not like I haven't been playing offense at all. We've been working all week in practice about pushing transition and feeding guys inside, and really that's kind of what we want to stress today is just to take chances and make plays. Make errors of omission, not errors of commission. So it was really, we were just looking to push the ball, and if we lose it, that's all right. We'll get it back. That was the message that the coach gave us before the game. So really, I wasn't afraid to take shots. I knew we'd be able to get the loose ball back if I missed it or go in the back of the net. So.
Do you feel like you guys have gotten more comfortable offensively? Like I know Coach had talked about seeing things in practice that you hadn't necessarily translated to the games yet. Do you feel like you guys are starting to get there? Or do you feel like it's starting to translate to the games more than it had in the first few games?
Yeah, I think we're starting to really gel as an offensive unit. I think that really we've had guys open inside in the past, which is really a big thing. We've been looking in there, but we didn't really have the confidence to feed it in there, or maybe we weren't trusting our teammates, but now we're gelling. We had a great week of practice. We saw those guys inside today. We trusted them to make a play, threw it in there, and it just really helped us out on offense.
Coach talked about ground balls being the biggest thing, and so many one-goal games with Virginia. So take a breath now. You're beat by 4. As you step back, what is that? Did you expect a 4-goal win? In a game like this, where it's so tight in years past?
Yeah, I was a little surprised that we pulled away there in the 4th. I thought it was going to be a 1-goaler right up to the very finish, and the ground ball play. They're just outstanding at ground balls. There were so many ground ball plays that they earned throughout the course of the game that we had chances at, and they're a strong, big, fast group, and we're going to learn from that and get better. But I think we maybe even won that stat at the end of the game, surprisingly. But there were some scraps out there, and that's fun lacrosse, and that's what we challenged the guys before the game. Just go out and enjoy this one against a great, big opponent like University of Virginia. It's going to be fast. It's going to be up and down. Take some chances. I told the guys in this room before the game, you got the green light. Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to take a chance and go for it. Go for it. And I thought the guys did a really nice job of just playing. And we're getting there. We're a long way away, but it was a step in the right direction. And now we just got to continue to improve. And it's all about getting ready for our Ivy games, and they're coming soon.
Speaking of the ground balls, we had maybe 4 face-offs in a row where Dom won it, but then Cornell wasn't able to come up with the ball. Virginia made a scrap out of it and came up with it. How do you keep everybody level when that's happening? Because it felt like you're winning it, but you're not winning it.
Sure. We knew the athleticism that they have. It wasn't one-on-one for Dom. It's a 3-man unit, and that was the approach this week. We knew that we'd have 3-on-3 at the face-off X, and you have to come out with more of those. I'd like to think we could, but we'll keep working on it. I think the biggest thing we focused on this week was 6-on-6, improving both ends of the field and our transition play. And now we'll probably spend a little bit more time on the face-off play. It's a process, and you have to continue to improve throughout the course of the season. It's still very early. I think there's too many people counting us out. I think there's too many people counting some of these other teams in. It's a long way to go. And we're just going to continue to work on every aspect of the game that we think is going to help us win. And we'll get there with better practices, and it's going to come fast and furious now with the Ivy League's coming up, and we like to prepare for those. Those are a little bit faster, a little bit tougher, and we have to teach this young team that it's going to be a little different level next Saturday.
Clark, when you hear Coach talk about, you guys can't be a young team anymore, especially for a young guy learning 2 positions, or learning to play both ends, how do you sort of keep that from being overwhelming?
That's kind of a tough thing, but I think we really look towards, I know I do, I look towards the seniors kind of as leaders on our team, and I'm pretty sure, or I know that all the freshmen do, so we kind of follow their lead. We just watch them playing hard, watch them play Cornell lacrosse, scrap for loose balls, make the little plays, and that kind of makes it easier. If you just play your game and you're just hustling everywhere, it's really easy just to play both ends and to get everything, because that's how you mature, is just to play your game, hustle hard, and the seniors are really they're really leading well for us. So follow their lead.
Clark, what does it do for your confidence to score on that first shot?
It was good. I didn't know it went in at first when I caught it, so I just caught it and figured that I was kind of too far to reach around, so I just threw it behind my back and didn't know it went in and heard everybody yelling, so it was good. It felt good.
What
Coach,
does a win? Oh, sorry.
what?
What does a win like this do for the confidence of this team, momentum, moving forward, be a ranked opponent like this?
It's huge. I think, especially with such a young team, you see it in practice every day that we're a good team, but you kind of wait for that statement win, right? And I think Hobart was a good win, but this was a really important win for us just to give guys the confidence to show, hey, we can play with anybody in the entire Division I. So I think it's such an important win, especially given how young we are, that, hey, we can play with anybody. So, we got a tough Colgate game on Tuesday that we're, pretty much looking forward to.